Well, g'day everyone. So as promised, I'm going to make a little short video here of how I've been handling things with Kahu. He is teething, his wolf teeth are coming through.
G'day everyone, I'm Zoe and this is Kahu. This is just a little reminder that I'm not a professional horse trainer, so anything you do see in my videos is only intended to be a guide. So with that said, let's get on with the video.
So he hasn't been his usual self. He's been a little off of his usual mixed feed, so I've been switching out to now just feeding him just grassy loosened hay, just because he just doesn't want his mixed feed right now. Maybe it's getting in the crevices where his teeth are coming through, I'm not really sure. It's getting a bit short notice now to get the dentist out, but I will endeavour to get hold of my equine dentist to have him just check him anyway. Better safe than sorry. I will endeavour to show you his wolf teeth the best that I can. It's mostly only the one on this side, the one on his right side, but it is definitely breaking the skin. I can put my fingers in my mouth, I can feel that it has definitely broken the skin, and it's definitely upsetting him. So other than just giving Kahu some bute to try to lessen the pain a little bit, he's not getting very much, only about 3 to 4 mil twice a day, just to sort of take the edge off. But I'm going to attempt to see how he goes today without the bute, and just give him his hay and no mixed feed, because he hasn't wanted it for the last couple of days. Cora's mostly been finishing it off for him. Thankfully there's very little difference in their feed, so it really didn't matter too much. But as you can see, he's a bit of a cranky pants at the moment. He's sort of given me the can you just please just leave me alone. So I haven't actually been doing too much with him. So besides this video, I may not actually have much in the way of other videos with him, just because of his teeth coming through. So what I'm actually doing here is another thing I've been doing for him, and that is just massaging up where his TMJ is, and in hopes that I can also release just some jaw tension there for him as well. So as you can see, Kahu's really not a happy camper right now. This is not his usual relaxed face, and you can see that he's got a little bit of tension in his lip there. He's definitely not a relaxed, happy camper right now. But what I've actually just been doing is right up here with the TMJs, because what you've got is you've got the main nasal passage comes down here, finishes a little bit lower than where his noseband is there, and the lower mandible comes up here and it cups up here and around here. So this is all where the 2 points of the mandible join up right behind the eye. And so what I'm doing is I'm just massaging just behind his eye here, just to try to release some of that. Now I'm not pressing overly hard because of course it is a very delicate area, and also I am not a licensed massage therapist for horses at all, not even for people. But all I'm doing is just doing some very, very light massage here, just to try to release any tension that might be sitting in there for him. So as I said, I'm just sort of massaging in here as well. So the mandible comes in up here around where this bulge is behind their eye. But I'm also just doing some V's around his ears, because of course everything's connected. It's where his spine starts from his skull. And so I'm just massaging all this area, and in this little groove here where his jaw cups around, and he actually had a tick bite there, that's what that is. Oh, there we go, he has a bit of release there. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm going to come in behind here a little bit. Good boy. And there's a nice release. I'm going to let him think about that one and release that one. Good boy. Good boy. Now the other thing that I'm also doing is just gently cupping his ear just like this. I'm not actually pressing or firmly gripping his ear. I'm just making just little little circles with his ears, because again they're all interconnected. And I'm just doing that just to try to release any excess tension there for him. Good boy. And then we'll go back the other way. Good boy. And so the spot that got all that release just before was all coming from in here, behind his jaw. And of course, just like us, if we've got pain in our jaw or somewhere else, we tend to clench our jaw a lot, and so horses will often do the same thing, and it will cause all this tension in around their TMJ and make someone very cranky. Hey, Kahu? And you can see that that muscle's now just starting to move a little bit more freely underneath my fingers there. I can definitely still feel a lot of tension in there. But I'm not going to press hard because I could hurt him, since I don't know exactly what the muscles are that are under there and what they do. As I said, I am not a professional massage, but I am trying to do little bits that I can with finding people on YouTube and Instagram that do this for work. Okay, so now that we've done his left side, let's see about releasing some tension from up here on his right. So I'm going to start around his ears and then move your forelock out the way so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to come in here around his TMJ, and we're going to try to release this tension and maybe get some proper releases too. Now, of course, not all horses are going to be as cool as Kahu is right at this moment. He's actually been a little bit more cranky with me than normal, which Kahu's not actually a cranky horse at all, so this is definitely unusual behaviour for him. And so this definitely helps. He wanted me out of his bubble so much the other day that without me even touching him, he decided that he wanted to attempt to bite on me. So someone got scolded for that, but he had a little bit of a sulk and then he was fine. But that was just sort of him saying, well, look, hey, I'm in pain, can you please leave me alone? Another spot that Kahu was showing me that was causing a little bit of discomfort was right here on the pole just behind his ears. So once again I'm using very light pressure and I'm just going back and forth to release some tension from there. Now whether this is actually linked to dental or not, I'm not sure, but it certainly seems to help him to relax and be a happy Brumby. We're starting to get a nice droop lip back, so that tension is definitely starting to ease. So this is another technique I got off somebody else on Instagram. I will put their username on the screen in front just here. And I've got a few generalized massage techniques from her, and I sort of combined that with the Masterson method as well, and just sort of found methods and techniques that I found that I could do that worked for us. Okay, so a little later on in the day, after he's had a nice jaw massage this morning, I haven't given him any bute today, and he's actually eating really well. Now, what I've done this time, because he doesn't seem to want his regular mixed wet food that I normally do for him to make sure that the food's wet so it's free from dust, and also making sure that the pelleted matter is thoroughly wet to hopefully reduce the risk of colic. But all I've done today is I've done a very small amount of pellets, about enough that will fit in the palm of my hand, just enough to mix in his regular herbs that he has, and then I've thoroughly wet that to make a bit more of a slurry, and then I mix that in with plain dry chaff, just his regular portion that he has. So it's a scoop of oaten chaff and a scoop of loosened chaff, and that's all been thoroughly mixed through, and he's actually about quarter to third of the way through his dinner, which is the most I've seen him stay at his food without being fussy and going, nah, I don't really want that. So that's another little tip for you guys, is if you've got teething ponies and they're a little bit funny about their food, with Kahu it works just to have just slightly damp chaff rather than actually wet chaff. So that's what's working for us. You can see here that Kahu is actually eating really well, and considering, as I said, he had no bute this morning, but I did give him a massage as per earlier in this video, and that seems to be working. So, as it was the weekend when I shot this video, I haven't heard anything back from my equine dentist yet, but hopefully we can get a checkup on him perhaps next week and see how the interior of his mouth is going, as I don't have a gag to be able to check him myself, and I don't really know what I'm looking for. But I really want to make sure that I'm doing right by him as best I can for being a youngster with a heck of a lot going on in his tiny little mouth at this age. Okay, so that's about all I can do for the video at this point in time. If you guys have any questions, do drop them below. I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, Kahu and I will see you next time.
Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with what's going on in our world.